Tonight I am going to make some soup for dinner. White soup because I love soup. I really love soup. And the one I'm going to make today is called an Italian minestrone soup. It's really healthy, it's really tasty, and it's very easy to make. There's actually no fixed recipe for a minestrone soup. It should really reflect what's in your fridge. So whatever's in your fridge, you can go in with it and make a minestrone soup. I will show you how. So when I looked into my fridge, I had a couple of sausages lying around, so I'm going to use sausages as my meat today. Cabbage is a classic minestrone ingredient. I'm going to give them some long cuts. It's called chiffonading. I'm also going in with 3 carrots, which will add a nice sweetness. And these 8 mushrooms will give it that deep, meaty umami. This is a piece of pumpkin, which I'm going to small dice again. I also have 6 cloves of garlic and 2 small onions. And as my green, I'm going to use spinach today, but you could really use any green. And these green onions are going to be my garnish. Now you need some canned tomatoes, but I just had fresh tomatoes, and the fresh tomatoes are never as good as canned tomatoes. So what I did was I took some fresh tomatoes, I oiled them up pretty heavily and then split them and put them in a smoking hot oven to roast for about 20 to 25 minutes at around 230 degrees Celsius. What that did was it concentrated the flavors of the tomato and made it taste more ripe, more sweet. It's a good hack to have up your sleeve. Finally, I have some macaroni and some vegetable stock. Also, for additional flavor, I have 2 bay leaves, but you can go in with any other herb that you like. I have medium diced all my vegetables, and I have tried to limit them to 1 cup each. This includes my sausages. So for the vegetarian vegans, let me tell you, you can omit the meat and keep it completely vegetarian. And for the ones who love their meat, you can add any meat you like. Classically, parts of Italy add 3 different kinds of meat. They add pork, they add beef and veal. Sometimes people just go in with the bacon for the smokiness. I've gone in with sausage. So it's up to you what sort of meat you want to add. Anyway, let's get cooking. Here I've got a soup pot which I'm going to bring to a medium-high heat, and I'm going to go in with 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil. Once my oil is really hot, I'm going to go in with my sausages. I'm going to give the sausages a couple of minutes, after which I'm going to go in with my mushrooms. Now the sausages and the mushrooms are the only 2 items you're looking for any sort of color in this dish. So don't rush it, give yourself some time. My sausages are beginning to look really good. That is the color I was looking for. I'm also going to go in with a couple of bay leaves now, with my garlic. I'm also going to drop in my onions and my carrots, and I'm going to sweat all of these for a couple of minutes. So I'm simply going to stir this around until I feel everything has come together. And now I'm going to drop in my pumpkin and also my cabbage. So continue to sweat all these ingredients until you get to a point. And the point you're really looking for is when your carrot becomes bright orange. Once you've reached that point, bring your tomatoes, crush them with your fingers and throw them in. Once all your tomatoes are in, give everything in the pot a good mix and go in with your stock. How much stock? Enough to cover your vegetables. From this point, you want the soup to cook nice and slow. So get a lid on and let it cook for another 15 minutes on low simmer. You see that color? Now that is the magic of roasting your tomatoes. We've not added any greens yet because they don't take much time to cook. So I'm going to add them now, and I'm not going to let them cook for more than 5 minutes. But while your greens cook, do not put your lid on. If not, the greens are going to go all dull and it's not going to look very appetizing. From this point, you can really take the soup in any direction you like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a teaspoon of thyme, This is going to add a lovely aroma to my soup. And I'm also going to add a few red chili flakes. This is for that spike, for that extra kick to the soup. Almost there, guys. We are almost there. All that's left is for us to cook the pasta. So I'm going to go in with the macaroni and we're going to let it cook all the way through. Not al dente, but fully cooked. What the pasta is going to do is it's going to leach out all its starch and it's going to thicken the soup. It's going to add to the texture and give it that lovely consistency. And once the pasta is fully cooked, our soup is ready. I'm going to test this piece of pasta. I think it's fully cooked. Yeah, that is fully cooked. Finally, and I promise this is the finally, we have to season our soup. And we want a well-seasoned soup. So I'm going to go in with a teaspoon and a half of salt and a considerable amount of pepper. And yeah, guys, we are done. Let's get plating. So the one adjective I like to use with the minestrone soup is that it's a hearty soup. So the reason I like a minestrone soup is because you're the boss of your own soup. There is no fixed recipe. You want to replace the pasta with rice, you can do it. You want to replace the pasta with, say, broken wheat, you can go ahead and do that. The vegetables, there's no prerequisite vegetable. All that you need is some tomatoes, some stock and a starch, and you have a minestrone soup going for you. Also, what I really like about it is that it's a meal unto itself, and it's a pretty heavy meal. So do make it, especially on days that you're feeling really lazy to make any food. This is the perfect remedy. Also, thank you for watching, and like, share and subscribe.